We are here at the Solar Cannabis Dispensary. We're on a little tucked away street here in Warwick, Rhode Island, so see if this place brings a lot of traffic or not here today. So you drive, you make sure you drive this way out the exit, and then you stop in front of my, and then you stop in front of my camera. Really? What are you filming for? See, it seems that you do want to be on camera. Have a good one though, all right?
All right, here's what's going on. Today we're out in Warwick, Rhode Island, and we're getting straight to it. No games, no distractions. This is a full First Amendment audit, and we're about to find out who respects your rights and who starts to crack the second a camera appears. The goal is simple. Film in public, watch how people react, and show what really happens. Right now, we're set up outside the Solar Cannabis Dispensary, sitting on a quiet street. It looks calm, but don't be fooled. Situations like this can change fast without warning. So stay alert and pay attention, because things can turn at any moment. You've seen it before. Some people handle it just fine, while others lose control the second they are put on camera.
The guy got unreasonably close to me and was staring right at me. But here we go.
What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
Good, man. What are you doing out here? Obviously filming, but what are you doing?
There you go. So what I do is I go around and I stress test our First Amendment right to the freedom of press in public. I see how people respect our rights.
I don't mind you filming.
All right. Do you support the Constitution?
Right from the start, things take a strange turn. A guy pulls up saying he doesn't want to be filmed, yet parks himself right where the camera can see him. It doesn't add up. Saying one thing but doing another. That's the kind of energy we're seeing today. The moment people notice a camera, they start to get uneasy, even though they are out in public where privacy isn't expected. Meanwhile, the cameraman stays completely calm. No attitude, no pushing, just recording and watching. That's the whole point. Nothing is being forced here. We're simply showing how people react on their own. And this is only the start. You can already feel the tension building, and it's clear things could heat up at any moment.
Always, brother.
All right.
But some of the customers may frown upon it. I'm just giving you a heads up. All right, you may catch some bad crap.
It is what it is, man.
Were you posting this somewhere?
Yeah. So I film videos for social media and stuff like that. Yep.
Okay. Anybody in particular, or
everybody, man? Everybody.
You working with somebody now?
Am I working for somebody? I work for myself.
Oh, okay. You're selling your stuff?
Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay. I don't have a problem with you being out here. I'm just telling you some of the customers may swerve a little bit. Watch out.
All right. Word for word, some of the customers might swerve a little bit. We'll see if we run into any more of that, because that definitely happened right as he was walking up.
Now we get a more reasonable moment, at least at first. A man walks up, curious but not aggressive. He asks the standard questions. What's going on here? And why the filming? The cameraman explains it clearly. This is a First Amendment audit. It's about testing how public spaces respond when someone records and how freedom of the press is treated in real situations. The explanation is straightforward, no drama involved. The man says he supports the Constitution, which is good to hear. But he also adds a warning. Customers might not like being filmed and could react negatively. And that's where things get interesting. This is exactly what these situations tend to reveal. A lot of people say they support rights in principle, but when those rights show up in real life, reactions can change quickly. In the end, it's not just words that matter. It's how people actually respond. As time goes on, you start to see small changes in how people act. Cars slow down as they pass. Some people stare a little longer than usual. Others try to ignore what's happening, but it's clear they are paying attention. At one point, a man comes too close, stepping into personal space without any real reason. It doesn't break any law, but it definitely feels off socially. You can sense a quiet tension in the area, like people are waiting to see what happens next. That's what these situations often look like. The camera doesn't just capture what's happening. It also reveals how people feel in the moment, whether that's discomfort, curiosity, or sometimes irritation. Through it all, the cameraman stays steady. No arguing, no reacting, just recording everything as it happens. That calm approach is what keeps things from spiraling in environments like this.
Guy's got fishing poles hanging out the back of his truck. Looks legit. He's ready to go. Yeah, light straight up.
Doesn't sound that loud.
I know. Neither does mine. Trust me.
I think he did that for you.
I think so too. Have a good one.
Now we see a mix of normal life and odd behavior. One man passes through with fishing poles, completely focused on his own business. That's exactly how public space should work. People going about their day without interference or conflict. But not everyone is the same. Others start making noise, revving engines, and drawing attention to themselves. It feels less like coincidence and more like a way to disturb the situation without directly confronting anyone. Still, the cameraman doesn't react. No arguing, no chasing anything, just steady recording. That kind of discipline matters, hey. Once emotions take over, control is lost in these situations. Staying calm is the whole point. Keep filming, stay composed, and let people's behavior speak for itself.
People know they're being videoed?
I'm sorry?
Do people know they're being videoed by you?
Did you know that you were being videoed?
Yeah.
All right then.
Did I?
So yeah, probably.
How can you do that?
How can I do that?
Yeah.
What's the First Amendment?
How about why are you doing it?
Why am I doing it? Well, what I do is I go around and I stress test our First Amendment right to the freedom of press in public. I see if people respect our rights out in public or not.
Well,
Why are
I
you
just
doing
asked.
it in front of a marijuana?
Do you support the Constitution?
Yes. Why?
All right, awesome. Well, that's what we love to hear.
Why are you doing it in front of a cannabis?
Well, because I'm out here, I'm seeing if people respect our rights out in public.
And we do. Thank you. Take
All right,
care.
awesome. You as well. What's up?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Like, do you not?
Here we go again. Another familiar concern. Someone asked whether people know they're being filmed. It's a question that comes up often in situations like this. The response is simple. This is a public space, and in public, there's no expectation of privacy. That's how the law works. Clear and straightforward. But instead of accepting that, the questions continue. Why are you doing this? What's the purpose? The answer stays the same every time. It's a First Amendment audit, meant to observe how public rights are understood and respected. The conversation remains calm, but there's still confusion in the air. Some people truly don't know the rules, while others just don't agree with them. And that's exactly why these audits happen, to show how rights function in real situations and to remind people what public freedom actually looks like in practice.
What I'm doing? There she goes. Maybe she pulled all the way down here to see what I was doing. What's up?
Please don't film me.
Why?
Because I'm asking you.
Why are you telling me what to do?
Now the situation starts to feel a bit more chaotic. More people arrive, asking questions, circling back, and clearly showing signs of discomfort while trying to figure out what's going on. One woman even drives by again just to take another look, curiosity mixed with suspicion. Then the tone shifts. Some people start telling the cameraman what to do, acting as if they have authority over the situation. When they don't, that's where the misunderstanding becomes clear. In a public space, discomfort doesn't give anyone control over someone else's lawful actions. Feeling uneasy doesn't change the rules. This moment really highlights the gap between perception and reality, how people interpret a situation emotionally versus what the law actually allows.
After dealing with some craziness in Warwick, I moved over to Bellingham,
Hey, we have the
Massachusetts.
Middlesex Bank here. The Middlesex Savings Bank. Got a nice blue Camaro right here in front of us. Gotta love that. Fits the colors in the background very well here. Very nice picture to start with. And as you guys can see here, there is pretty much zero visibility in through these windows.
I don't think the cops are going to come to you, buddy.
What's up?
I don't think the cops are coming.
Good. I hope not.
Good luck.
Thank you, man.
I called my
All right, new location, same purpose. Now we're in Bellingham, Massachusetts, set up outside a bank. The area looks calm, clean, and quiet. But that doesn't always mean things will stay that way. Banks often make people more alert, and reactions tend to come quicker. Almost immediately, someone mentions calling security, and that's the key moment. Security isn't being called because something illegal is happening, but because someone feels uncomfortable. That says a lot about how these situations unfold. Instead of asking questions or understanding what's allowed in public space, the first instinct is often to escalate. So now it becomes a waiting game. Because once security is involved, the direction of the situation usually changes fast.
And there's this lady pulling around again. Don't know if you guys saw her behind the guy in the truck, but
the tension keeps building as more people watch what's going on. Some try to act indifferent, while others clearly can't take their eyes off the situation. One woman even comes back again, as if she's trying to push things into a bigger issue than it really is. At this point, it shifts from simple curiosity to something more deliberate. It feels like some people are expecting action or intervention, even though nothing unlawful is happening. And that's the question at the center of it all. What exactly is the issue with someone recording in a public space? Still, the situation continues to play out in real time. And it's a clear example of how something small and legal can quickly be turned into unnecessary tension when emotions take over.
just to go around again. Out of her way to go and try to get me in trouble.
There's a clear shift in the atmosphere now. More movement in the background, more people watching closely, and a noticeable change in energy as things develop. The cameraman remains focused and alert, keeping track of everything happening around him. Staying aware of your surroundings is important in situations like this, where things can change quickly. Then a vehicle moves into position and circles the area. At that point, it no longer feels random. It becomes more deliberate attention toward what's happening, and once that kind of attention builds, it usually leads to a direct interaction. The only real uncertainty left is timing, because an approach feels increasingly likely.
hopefully there wasn't a problem at the ATM or anything. I will say I've never seen that before. Well, hopefully he's not coming in here. Hopefully he's just riding on through. Oh boy. Pulled around the back way. Nice bike, man. Oh. As you can see, he's a very, very pleasant person.
And here we go. The first direct contact. The officer approaches in a calm and polite manner, keeping his tone controlled and professional. He asks what's going on, simply trying to understand the situation. To his credit, he starts respectfully. But it quickly becomes clear that the reason for the visit is complaints from people who said they felt concerned. That word, concerned, comes up often in these situations. It doesn't automatically mean something illegal is happening, but it can still lead to a response from authorities. So now the conversation begins. It stays calm on the surface, but there's an underlying tension as both sides try to navigate the situation.
Afternoon, sir.
How's it going?
Hey, just kind of getting a quick idea what you might be doing right now.
You're trying to get a quick idea of what I might be doing right now?
Yes.
Like, do you mean like outside of filming?
So yeah, while you're filming the area,
yeah.
I'm just wondering why.
Oh, you're just wondering why?
Yes.
Does it really change anything, or?
Well, we had a few people call. They were concerned. They just wanted to. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm just filming, man. Everything you can see. That's it.
Cool. I just want to make sure that you're safe, because right now you're in a kind of a more dangerous position, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so that's like a safety concern for me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because right now you're on the edge of the road, and God forbid I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Do you have an ID on you by chance?
Do I have an ID on me?
Yes, some form of identification.
For what?
So I can identify you, so I know who I spoke with.
I'm good. You can identify me as good citizen.
Okay, is there a reason why you are taking a video?
Is there a reason why you just came up and asked me for my ID? Like that really doesn't make any sense.
I'm speaking with.
But why do you need to do that?
So I can document who I spoke with.
Right, but okay. All right. What do you need to get someone's identification?
Now the situation shifts again as the officer asks for identification. This becomes an important moment, because in general public settings, ID is typically only required when there is reasonable suspicion of a crime or specific legal basis for the request. The cameraman responds calmly and firmly, choosing not to provide identification and keeping the interaction from escalating. No raised voices, no confrontation, just a clear stance. The officer continues to press the request, trying to explain the reasoning behind it, but the legal footing isn't clearly established in that moment. What stands out here is the contrast in focus, one side working through procedure, the other asserting what they believe their rights allow.
I just need to speak. I just want to identify you just so I know who I spoke with.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Sounds good. Anything? Can I help you with anything else, or?
Just trying to figure out why you might be filming the bank.
All right.
Do you care to answer that question?
Well, then if that's it, then you're all good. You're dismissed.
You don't want to tell me why you're filming the bank and filming the ATM area and possibly
not really. When you just came up to me and asked me for my ID and you're... No, I really don't. I really don't want to get into it.
There's no law saying I can't ask you for your ID.
Absolutely. No law telling me I can't tell you no, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
So right now, I'm just looking to speak with you, just to have a conversation here.
All right.
Do you care to answer why you're filming a bank account, including ATMs and individuals at the bank?
What I'm just trying to get into like what you're getting at here, like down the road, like what's the point? Like why? Why does the why matter for you specifically?
Just trying to figure it out.
Right, but are you just, you're doing that because people are curious?
Well, people were concerned.
The conversation now moves beyond the surface and becomes more reflective. Questions are exchanged on both sides. Why ID is needed, and why filming is even an issue in the first place. The cameraman starts responding with questions of his own, shifting the direction of the exchange. That changes the tone, because now it's not just answers being demanded. It's both sides having to explain their reasoning. An example is brought up involving a white truck, used to point out how some questions can feel unnecessary when there's no clear legal basis behind them. It highlights the importance of consistency in how situations are handled. At this point, the interaction becomes more balanced. It's no longer just a one-way questioning, but a back-and-forth discussion that exposes how differently each side views the situation.
All right, you know, I'll make you a deal. How about this? If you want to go and ask this guy right here why he's driving a white truck, because I'm concerned and I'm curious, and he gives you a valid reason and a valid, reason as to why he's driving a white truck today, then maybe I'll consider having a conversation about why I'm filming.
Right now, more so, I'm concerned of where you are.
Right. Yep.
I don't want to put in my opinion, you're at risk right now.
Right.
You're on an unsteady ground with high traffic area.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
So, again, if you want to film, legally you can film outside of businesses.
I know. Thank you.
But I'm more concerned about your safety right now. If you would care to just move down to a safer location.
I will, as soon as I'm done. I will.
Just think.
Just think. Just think. Interesting words to leave with. Very interesting. As if we weren't standing in the exact same spot.
Now the officer shifts the focus to safety. That often becomes the next point of concern when other justifications don't clearly apply. The issue raised is about standing too close to the road. And yes, safety is always important. But timing matters too. And bringing it up at this stage feels like a shift in direction rather than the original concern. Still, the cameraman responds calmly and acknowledges the point without giving up his position or escalating the situation. It's a steady approach, taking safety concerns seriously while still standing firm on personal rights. From there, the intensity begins to ease. The confrontation gradually cools down, but the main takeaway from the interaction is already clear. As the officer walks away, he makes a brief remark, "Just think." It's not an order or warning, more of an open-ended comment that leaves room for interpretation. After the interaction, the cameraman reflects on what just happened. Both he and the officer were in the same general area, facing the same conditions, yet only one person was questioned about positioning. That contrast stands out. It raises questions about consistency in how situations are handled and what factors actually lead to attention or intervention. And that's the broader point these audits aim to highlight, observing real-world interactions, pointing out differences in enforcement or response, and encouraging people to think more critically about how authority is applied in everyday situations.
Good. Maybe he has a more important call than trying to harass people standing on a public easement, telling them what they can and can't do.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. What started as a simple audit turned into a clear example of how quickly a routine situation can draw attention when a camera is involved. We saw a range of reactions, from curious bystanders to a full law enforcement interaction. Some people understood the right to record in public, while others struggled with it. And that's exactly why these moments matter. They highlight how important it is to know your rights and understand how they apply in real situations. Because at the end of the day, awareness makes the difference. If you don't understand your rights, it becomes harder to stand on them when it counts. Drop your thoughts below. What stood out to you the most? And if you follow this kind of content, stay tuned, stay aware, stay informed, and we'll catch you in the next one.